Do you feel like you are working day and night but getting nowhere? You run from task to task, exhausted, wondering why others seem to succeed so easily while you struggle. What if the problem isn't how hard you work, but that you are working with a dull tool? Let me tell you a story about two woodcutters in a forest. In a dense green forest, there lived two woodcutters. One was named John, and the other was named Sam. They were both young and strong, and they both wanted to be the best woodcutter in the village. One morning, they decided to have a contest. "Whoever cuts down the most trees by sunset," John said, "is the winner." Sam agreed. It was a fair challenge. At sunrise, they both picked up their axes and walked into the woods. John was very determined. He was a hard worker. He told himself, "I will not stop. I will not rest. I will keep chopping until the sun goes down." He started swinging his axe with all his might. Chop, chop, chop. He worked for 5 hours without a break. He was sweating and tired, but he kept going. John looked at Sam. He noticed that Sam was chopping for a while, but then he would stop. After about an hour of chopping, Sam would sit down on a log. He would drink some water, close his eyes, and do nothing. Then he would pick up his axe again. John laughed to himself. "Look at Sam," he thought. "He is so lazy. He is stopping every hour. I am going to win easily because I never stop." This continued all day. John chopped until his hands were full of blisters and his back hurt. He felt dizzy and weak, but every time he looked over, he saw Sam sitting down, resting. Finally, the sun began to set. The contest was over. John dropped his axe on the ground, breathing heavily. He looked at his pile of trees. He had cut down 5 trees. He was tired, but he was proud. He thought, "I worked harder than anyone." Then he walked over to Sam's side of the forest. John stopped in shock. Sam was standing there, looking fresh and clean. Next to him was a huge pile of trees. He counted them. 10, 11, 12 trees? Sam had cut down more than double what John had. John couldn't believe it. He was angry and confused. "How is this possible?" John asked Sam. "I worked for 8 hours without stopping. I worked so hard, but you stopped every hour. You sat down and rested. You were lazy. How did you cut down more trees than me?" Sam smiled kindly. He didn't get angry at John's words. "You are right, John," Sam said. "I did stop for an hour every day." "But why?" John asked. "You wasted so much time." Sam put his hand on John's shoulder. "John, I wasn't wasting time," he said. "I was sharpening my axe." John looked confused. "Sharpening your axe?" "Yes," Sam explained. "You see, you kept chopping with a dull axe. By the middle of the day, your blade was blunt. You had to hit the tree 5 or 6 times just to cut through a branch. You were using all your energy, but your tool was weak. Every hour, I stopped for a break. I used that time to sharpen my axe and to rest my body. When I came back, my axe was sharp. With one strike, I could cut through a branch that took you 10 strikes." Sam looked at John and said, "It is not about how much time you spend swinging the axe. It is about how sharp the axe is when you swing it." John looked down at his own axe. It was chipped, dull, and ruined. He realized then that he wasn't working hard. He was just working inefficiently. My friend, in life, we are the woodcutters. The trees are our dreams, our goals, our careers, and our happiness. And the axe? The axe is our mind and our body. Many of us are like John. We feel guilty if we rest. We think that to be successful, we must hustle until we collapse. We grind for 10 hours a day, but we are tired, stressed, and our results are small. We treat rest like a sin. We treat time for learning or self-care like a waste. But the truth is, when you are tired and burned out, your axe is dull. You are working hard, but you are not moving forward. Taking time to rest is not laziness, it is maintenance. When you sleep, you are sharpening your axe. When you read a book to learn a new skill, you are sharpening your axe. When you take a walk to clear your mind, you are sharpening your axe. If you are feeling stuck today, stop swinging the dull axe. Step back, take a breath, rest, learn, prepare. Remember, you do not need more time, you just need a sharper axe. If this story helped you see the value of rest, subscribe to Tales with Meaning for more stories that heal your heart and improve your English.